Welcome to Section 420, Talkin Yankees, the podcast. Well, the Yankees got a little bit gold. That's the gold glove for Max Fried. And now the Yankees picked up some silver. The Silver Slugger Awards announced, and Yankees with some multiple winners. And it's a little surprising there, of course, Aaron Judge not the surprise. But Jazz Chisholm Jr. getting one for second base, and the Yankees team getting the quote-unquote team Silver Slugger. So the Yankees taking home 3 titles there. So I guess it's happy, but you're not too happy because unfortunately it's still bothered by the way the season ended and so forth. But nevertheless, I guess we'll celebrate some individual awards there. So we'll get into the whole thing. But before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this podcast. Section 420 Talkin Yankees, the podcast, wherever you get your favorite podcasts, and just surpassed the 10,000 download mark. So thank you very much for those who have downloaded in the 4th season of this audio-only version of the show. And of course, there's also the YouTube version of the show. So make sure you're also on YouTube. Search for Section 420 Talkin Yankees and subscribe to the channel there as well. So after November 6th, the winners were released, and we kind of broke it down. Not much here. I think it was more on the YouTube episode. We kind of went through each of the 4 Yankee players. Of course, you had Judge for outfield as well as Cody Bellinger. Now, obviously, Judge, no shocker there. I mean, he was pretty much going to be a shoo-in, the 50-plus home runs and all the slugging and everything, this OPS and OBP and OPP and down with OPP and everything that's off the charts. You knew Judge was going to get that. But I figured that would only be as well as maybe the Yankee, the team won, just because, I mean, all the home runs and offense and RBIs and production you get out of the Yankee team now. You know, they do that in the regular season. It'd be nice to bring some of that into the postseason. But nevertheless, you figure if anything, this is going to get the Aaron Judge and the Yankee team one. Wasn't expecting second base with Jazz, but surprisingly, he did get it. Now, if you want to break down his numbers, obviously, yes, it's very impressive to have a 30-31 season. Ended up with the 31 home runs. I went up with the 31 stolen bases. But I felt it was going to go to Jorge Polanco. And if you look at Jazz, I thought the 242 batting average was just going to be against him. I mean, that's somewhat significantly under 250, not very, but still, I mean, under 250 figures. All right, is this guy really a slugging good hitter? I mean, yeah, slugger, but you figure you'd want someone with a little bit higher batting average. That's why I felt it would go to Jorge Polanco. Now, Polanco had a couple less home runs, but a 265 batting average, so it's like 20 points higher, and a little bit higher on the slugging percentage as well as the on base plus there. So due to that, I figured it would probably go to Jorge Polanco, and just the fact that Seattle moved on to the next to the American League Championship Series. Yeah, they lost, but that might just put a little bit of a bias in the writer's mind. And I felt they still wouldn't give it to more than one Yankee, just because sometimes it seems like these writers there is an anti-Yankee bias with certain things. They always feel like the Yankees get too much stuff and too much hoopla, so they might want to just give it to someone else just to make another fan base happy or just whatever. So for that reason, I was kind of surprised Jazz got it. But again, if you look at it, just a unique specimen he is that the production he could do. Power as well as on the base pads makes him a kind of a unique offensive player. You don't see too many guys like that, and he's kind of a thin, wiry guy, but crank out 31 home runs there. So I guess maybe that's what kind of put him over the edge there a little bit. So good for him. And if you look at some of the other categories and other Yankees in consideration, Bellinger, he had a bit of a shot there. I just didn't think if they want to give it to 2 Yankees, I don't think they're going to give it to 2 Yankee outfielders. I guess I just think they would want a little bit more variety there. So, I didn't think Cody would have a shot. Turns out he didn't. And then lastly, the Ben Rice one for the utility position. Again, Ben Rice had a nice breakout season, you would say. Definitely, solidified himself as a legit player, but the whole utility category there, I don't just think there was enough that he would get it, so I wasn't really betting on him there. But I did feel that the Yankees would get it as the team, the team one, just because again all the production they do as a team during the regular season with all the home runs and everything else, and all the grand slams they had this season, and had a couple of those weird games where they just scored like a billion runs in the first couple of innings. So for the most part, when things were going good with this team, they put up a lot of runs there. So not shocked that the Yankees got the team one. So the Yankees taking home 3 Silver Slugger Awards there, or at least it goes to the individual players. And this is coming off Max Fried getting the Rawlings Defensive Gold Glove for the pitcher position. Covered it more on the YouTube episode, kind of just went through the numbers there. Led the all majors in defensive runs saved, was second for pickoffs with 7, and led also all the majors with assists there. So 4th of his career, the first with the Yankees. And I'm sure, obviously he's on a lot of contract for a couple more years, so I'm sure there'll be some more coming there. Same with Aaron Judge. But getting back to Max Fried real quick, he's kind of one of those guys like a Mike Mussina type, as well as Greg Maddux. This guy's a kind of bit of a cat off the mound there, and this helps the fact that Fried is a ground ball pitcher, and just kind of the way he delivers the ball as a lefty there. You kind of the right handed glove there, ready to go to almost be an extra infielder. Just the way he throws and everything, he kind of puts himself in position to make defensive plays. So I'm sure he'll get a couple more gold ones in the future. And then getting back to the offensive side of the ball for Jazz, he joins other Yankees who have gotten it for the second base position. That'll be more recently DJ LeMahieu, but before that, Robinson Cano, as well as Alfonso Soriano, and former coach as well and player Willie Randolph. getting it back in the day. And for Aaron Judge, he joins other Yankees who have gotten the award for the 5th time, and that would be Dave Winfield, as well as a guy you might have heard of, another captain, Derek Jeter, might have heard the name there. Now tying those players for winning the award 5 times. So if he gets it another time, and I kind of have a feeling, similar to Max Fried, that Judge will have a couple more Silver Sluggers in his future there. So once he gets 6, he'll be the most for a Yankee to win the Silver Slugger Award. Again, for Aaron Judge at age 34 next season, still has a few more, I think, Silver Sluggers coming his way there. Even if he hits like 45 home runs, he still probably gets some more in the future there. So that's the episode. Keep it short and sweet. Just keep it to the awards there. So, good for Jazz. A little unexpected, and it helps him. Obviously, he's going to be, with the Yankees for 2026 season, unless, Cashman pulls off some sort of deal or trade, which could make him enticing, but, helps him, obviously, when you go into a contract year, if you can rack up 1 or 2 of these awards there to make your case for free agency, it helps. Obviously, players like Judge and Fried already locked into the long-term deal, so it doesn't matter as much, but, it helps someone like Jazz. So good for him. So we'll see what happens. And, again, if he could cut down on his swing, again, he strikes out a lot too. That's just why I was also surprised he got it. But, if you look at the home runs and the RBIs and he's a unique individual. He's a little bit more dynamic in a way over someone like a Polanco, but a Polanco type of player is going to have a little bit better batting average. So that's why I thought we'd go to Polanco. But look, I'm happy I'm wrong. Good for Jazz there. So we'll catch you next time.